There are men who do everything to hide it. They make excuses, change the subject. But deep down, they carry the weight of frustration, the erection that doesn't happen, the desire that disappears, the feeling of losing the strength they once had. Impotence doesn't just affect performance. It corrodes self-confidence, cools the relationship, and makes a man doubt himself. And the worst part, many believe the only solution is to depend on medication. But today, I'm going to show you that the end of impotence can start with just 2 spoons a day, no medication, no complicated formulas. It's a simple, natural, and accessible adjustment that has been helping hundreds of men regain firmness, desire, and control over their own bodies. I'm Alice Davis, a doctor for over 15 years, and in this video, you'll understand why this approach has been working so well. Let's get straight to the point. What your body needs, what's getting in the way, and how to restore firm erections without relying on any chemical substances. Before we go on, take a second to check if you're already subscribed to this channel. Here we talk about men's intimate health with clarity, respect, and natural solutions that actually work. If this topic matters to you, go ahead and subscribe now. And help me understand your interest. Type 1 in the comments if you liked the video's topic, or 0 if it didn't make sense to you. Deal? Let's keep going. You've probably noticed that as the years go by, things that used to be easy start to get harder. Climbing stairs feels more tiring, your thinking slows down, and that urge for sex just fades away. This isn't a lack of willpower, it's a drop in testosterone, and it doesn't just affect your intimate life. Testosterone is like fuel for the male body. When it starts to decline, the whole engine slows down. Men lose energy, focus, memory, and even their good mood. And it's no exaggeration. Some men start bumping into furniture and don't even notice. Testosterone also affects the heart, bones, muscles, and even the ability to make decisions. That natural firmness becomes hesitation. Some men begin to doubt their ability to handle simple things. One patient told me he apologized to a mannequin at the mall, thinking it was a person. We laughed, of course, but deep down, he was scared. And the problem wasn't just physical. Testosterone also affects self-esteem, confidence, and masculine identity. That's why treating it isn't vanity. It's a necessity. Some men only realize their testosterone has dropped when their erection fails. But in most cases, the first signs are much more subtle, and that's why they go unnoticed. One of them is lack of motivation. The drive to work, go out, or solve things just disappears. Everything feels like a burden. The second sign is sleep disruption. The man starts sleeping poorly, wakes up tired, or deals with unexplained insomnia. This messes with hormone production and creates a tough cycle to break. The third sign is difficulty concentrating. Simple tasks, like remembering where you put your keys or finishing something, become real challenges. The fourth is muscle loss. Even without changes in diet, strength drops, arms get thinner, belly grows. And the fifth is mood change. The man becomes more irritable, anxious, or even depressed, without understanding why. If you want to go even deeper in taking care of your intimate health, I've prepared an exclusive resource to help you. In my digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality. After 60, you'll find clear and practical guidance to recover your desire, deal with the effects of hormone decline, and strengthen your relationship connection. It's a direct, no-nonsense guide for anyone who wants to transform their sex life with confidence, maturity, and pleasure. You can access it easily. Just click the link in the first pinned comment. Start taking real steps toward a more active and satisfying life today. One gentleman told me he found himself crying over a margarine commercial and didn't understand why. It was hormonal imbalance turning everything upside down. These signs don't show up all at once, but when they appear together, it's a clear warning. Your body is asking for help before things move into more serious areas of men's health. Among so many complicated solutions, there are simple things that really make a difference. 2 natural ingredients have been used by many men who want to improve their performance, without relying on medication. One of them is powdered maca root. Rich in compounds that regulate hormones and increase vitality, maca has been studied for its direct effect on male libido. Just 1 teaspoon a day, mixed into juice or warm water in the morning, is enough. No need to overdo it. Consistency is what brings results. The other is cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil. It supports prostate health, improves circulation in the intimate region, and provides zinc, a key mineral for testosterone production. 1 tablespoon a day is enough. You can drizzle it on salads, cooked vegetables, or take it straight in the morning. These 2 spoons, one of maca and one of oil, may seem too simple, but when combined with good habits, they're a real boost for your body. A patient told me he didn't believe it until he tried. Today, he says his wife thanks him every day. And so does he, of course. The secret lies in consistency and choosing the right things to nourish your body. A lot of people worry about what's on the plate, but forget what's in the pan. And that's where one of the biggest enemies of male health hides: refined soybean oil. Cheap, common, and found in most households, it seems harmless, but it directly interferes with testosterone production. That's because it's rich in compounds that mimic estrogen, the female hormone. For men, frequent consumption of this oil disrupts the entire hormonal system, lowers libido, affects erections, and even contributes to belly fat. There's more. The way this oil is processed. The refining process creates inflammatory substances that, over time, harm your circulation, including in the most important areas for intimate performance. And no one talks about this. An elderly gentleman told me that after switching from regular oil to extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil, he even noticed an improvement in his mood. It's not magic, it's physiology. The body responds better when what goes into it stops being an enemy and becomes an ally. Changing the oil might seem like a small detail, but for those who want to restore vitality and masculine vigor, it's a decisive shift. Sometimes what seems too complicated can begin to resolve with simple actions. And we're not talking about miracle solutions, but habits that truly work. The first is daily physical exercise. You don't need to become an athlete. A 30-minute walk already activates circulation, improves nerve sensitivity, and helps the body produce more testosterone. Moving your body is a green light for virility. The second habit is morning sunlight. Exposing your skin for at least 15 minutes without sunscreen helps produce vitamin D. And vitamin D, few people know, is one of the pillars for maintaining hormonal balance. There are men who stay locked inside all day and can't figure out why their energy has disappeared. It's lack of light, literally. The third habit is conscious hydration. Many confuse thirst with hunger and go the whole day without drinking water. The blood thickens, circulation worsens, and everything starts to slow down. Drinking water, moving the body, and getting sunlight. Simple things that put your body back into active mode. One gentleman told me that just by going back to walking, his body started to wake up again. When a man begins to notice that he's no longer responding like before, that his body doesn't obey with the same firmness, the impact often goes beyond the physical. It hits self-esteem directly. And that's something few are willing to face head-on. In many cases, impotence doesn't begin in the body. It begins in the mind. One failed attempt here, another there, and a man starts doubting himself. Confidence slips away, and with it, the motivation to even try again. It's a silent cycle. Insecurity breeds anxiety, anxiety disrupts performance, and the fear of failing turns into a mental block. Some men start avoiding intimacy altogether, just to escape the risk of frustration and disappointing their partner. Over time, the relationship cools down, silence grows, and everything turns into an emotional snowball. A gentleman once told me that after a series of failed attempts, he began to feel less of a man. He didn't want to leave the house, avoided social situations, and withdrew. And the problem wasn't just the erection, it was the emotional weight it carried. Working on self-esteem is part of the solution. The body only responds well when the mind allows it. When performance starts to decline, many men's first instinct is to look for a quick fix. And that's where the biggest mistake lies. Most try to solve it alone, quietly, often relying on pills bought impulsively, without even knowing the real cause. It seems practical, but in reality, it's like patching a leak with duct tape. It holds for a while, then everything bursts again. Erectile dysfunction is often not the problem itself, but a symptom of something deeper. It may be linked to poor diet, lack of physical activity, accumulated stress, low testosterone, or even circulatory problems that haven't been diagnosed. And when a man tries to handle it alone, he ends up only treating the tip of the iceberg. A patient once told me he had spent months taking medication without telling his wife. He felt ashamed, like he was failing, but the truth is, his body just needed real adjustments. When he understood that and sought proper guidance, the improvement came naturally. The biggest mistake isn't failing. It's ignoring the signs and not looking for the real cause. Treating the symptom in isolation only prolongs the suffering. If you've made it this far, you've already realized that impotence isn't an isolated issue. It reflects many factors: low testosterone, poor diet, harmful habits, Even a common cooking oil that seems harmless. But you've also seen that there are natural, simple, and effective ways to bring back firmness, desire, and confidence. And it can all begin with just 2 spoons a day. Now tell me, have you ever tried maca root or pumpkin seed oil as part of your routine? I'd love to hear your experience, so leave it here in the comments. Your story might help other men too. If this content helped you, click the like button. Your like is really important because it shows YouTube that this topic deserves to reach more people. Men who are staying silent, suffering quietly, might find a safe way forward right here. And if you want to keep improving your intimate health in a natural and conscious way, check out the other videos on this channel. There's a lot of valuable information waiting for you. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you don't miss the next tips. I'm Dr. Alice Rossi, and I thank you for being here.